What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hoopatheticals. I know that you were probably expecting an episode during the playoffs, but that's not how we like to do it here at Hoopatheticals. We like to wait till all the news has come out, all the off-season drama, sans Josh Giddey, which we'll get into a bit later.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. But, Tommy, how have you been? I've got the new tech setup as well. If you're watching this, I'm coming in 4K because I'm coming out of a GoPro. So if I do a backflip or something during this, it's going to be captured in 4K, 60 FPS, and a new mic as well. But Tommy, how are you going? How's things?
I just want a quick shout out to Red Bull. If you're looking for anyone to sponsor, we are ready and raring to go. No, mate, I'm going good. Been a hectic off season. I feel like we've just let the tensions rise, let that temperature rise, and the suspense has been killing me. I don't know about our viewers. But I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to check some heat, and I'm ready to see where you're landing on some very, very controversial moves in this off season. Trades will not be all we discuss, but there's a lot to cover.
All right. Well, let's dive right into heat check here, Tommy. So, everybody, this is the segment where we like to check the temperatures on where we're at with different things in the NBA. So this is Eric Spoelstra. Give me that money because it's time for a heat check. And we don't condone explosions of any kind. This was just the best template I could find for this theme.
Safety first.
Yeah, safety first. Now, my first heat check, before we even go to the NBA, Tommy, we were talking about this a bit pre-production, but I want to go to a bit of a heat check on a move that any idiot could have seen coming and avoided, but I unfortunately did not. I recently have just come back from a holiday and went to Thailand, and I was at this beautiful island called Koh Samet, okay? And gorgeous. I just want to know what you would do in this situation. So, brought a bit of cash to the island, but it just all disappeared really quickly. You know, we missed the group taxi, so we had to get our own taxi. So instead of paying 50 baht, we're paying 250 baht. Then we get to the hotel. They're asking for a deposit. I didn't expect this. So all of our cash is just flying out of the wallet.
Absolutely fleeced. Yeah. Mere half an hour to landing into Thailand.
And so anyway, we go out and we have like a nice dinner and stuff. And they said, oh, you know, you can just use your card anywhere here. And we realized, like, as we're having dinner, that when they said you can use your card anywhere here, they meant kind of in the sort of hotel compound. And we were now on the same beach, but just further down away from the compound. And I started looking around. I started realizing this probably wasn't a card place. We've already ordered. We've already had a few pina coladas and non-alcoholic beers. Okay, so the tab's already been written up.
Yep.
And I checked the wallet, and we're not even going to be able to cover one of these drinks. Okay? So
hate to profile here, but, questions.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm now in the situation where I've got to go up to this person who I don't know. And I've got to ask, what is the situation here? So I go up and I go, hey, do you have a card or anything? He goes, just cash. I go, yep, thought that might be the case. I go, how do you normally handle this? Like, you know, if someone doesn't pay, he's like, he's like, scan this little QR code. So I pull my phone out and I scan it. And this dude out of nowhere goes, it's a scam. My phone's already loading the website.
Oh, yeah, it's too late.
So I go, and I've already been scammed on this trip at another event. I'm not even going to get into, and so I'm absolutely copping it. But then he goes, no. He goes, it's not a scam, it's a scan. But do you have a Thai bank account? I go, no. He goes, okay. So anyway, Tommy, what would you do in this situation? Is what I want to know.
Well, I'd probably start praying. That I would be able to keep any major organs, and that I wouldn't get sold. Essentially, I would also double check that I have runners on and see if I need to make a quick exit, and hope that I'd get forgiveness from the family. Basically, you're in contingency plan 2, 3, and 4 at this rate, mate. And yeah, you're looking for the exits.
So anyway, ended up this weird old stoner dude who vouched for me out of nowhere. He's like, don't worry, he'll pay tomorrow. And the owner was like subdued by this. So then I just paid him the next day. Because he was talking about, he's like, we're going to put you on this bike and we're going to take you into the city. And I'm like, if they're controlling where I am, I don't know if I'm going to love this scenario. So anyway, it all ended up being okay. But it's a good lesson for us all. just check if your hotel has a deposit. So what's your heat check on that one there, Tommy?
My heat check is that tensions were pretty high, at least in your heart. I would love to see a blood pressure reading from that, mate. But I've got probably 100-degree on that. I reckon you're just about a boiling point. If you were jumping on that bike, you would have been on your bike. I'd put it that way. I'd love to hear how you got scammed otherwise, but we should probably get into some hypothetically related content. And we'll save that maybe for another time.
Yeah, well, Tommy, did you have a heat check for me? Did you have something that you want to get my temp on?
Oh, I've got a couple of heat checks here, mate. I wanted to just heat check the Warriors organization and front office.
Okay.
They've not made a single trade or re-sign in the entire offseason. Looney went to the Pelicans, so they let him go. They have not done anything else. I just want a heat check on the nothingness that is the Warriors, who've decided, you know what? Let's run it back.
Well, they'd be loony not to, mate. No, I don't know what is going on with the Warriors, to be honest. It feels like they're doing what the Clippers, to be talked about later, have done, but in a worse way, where it's just sort of people that are kind of past their use by date. Still great players, but you're not getting their best years. Competing for a championship, question mark? Like, like if you told me this team's going to be in the play-in, would that surprise me? No, it's probably where I expect them to be. Like, what are we kind of going for? What, like, is this, you know, it is actually a question I've been thinking. Because I was thinking about, like, if the Bucks have a terrible season this season, not to get into too much Bucks chat quickly.
Not yet, mate.
But would I prefer that if we had a terrible season, would I just prefer that I had all of our favorite Bucks on the team? Like, would I rather have Chris Middleton and be bad?
True.
Yeah, and Drew. Or make it to the second round and just have an exit with a team that I'm kind of impartial about. This is something I've been thinking, and so I think the Warriors may have also been thinking this, and they're like, look, we're not going to beat OKC, so why don't we just kind of have a bit of a fan service team where it's just kind of like you get to see Steph Curry lob shots, like there's no one else on the team that's even going to be shooting. Let's just have a Steph Curry, see if he can drop 70 in a game kind of season. That's pretty much my read on it, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty fair one. And look, I'd still go to that game. You know what I mean? I'm not even a Warriors fan. So I just want to, can I get another heat check, mate? I've got a couple more here.
I've got some as well. Don't worry,
okay,
mate.
Great. Can I heat check for you Jordan Clarkson to the Knicks? I don't know if you saw that, but the Knicks haven't actually lost anyone, so they retain their original roster. I think this is their move to try and bolster the bench mob. But yeah, Jordan, I feel like it's a bit of a wild card move. It's a little bit of a high risk, high reward, but I just wanted to get a little heat check from you on that.
I like it. I'll tell you why. Jordan Clarkson feels like the chaotic good version of D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
If D'Lo's chaotic evil, even though I am a D'Lo believer, I'm also a Clarkson believer.
Wow.
And so what I think he's going to bring to this team is someone other than Brunson that can handle the rock and actually score.
Yeah.
Is he going to get blitzed on defense?
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah.
But I think he's kind of got that New York swag where he's like, I'm already seeing him with like either the blue headband or like the orange headband or the white headband. Like I can see, I see
a headband. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I see the vision of him on the Knicks. What do you reckon? So I'm going to get that about a 70, 72.
Yeah. Again, I'm just back on the blood pressure. Tibbs, he is just going to bust an absolute valve on him.
He's gone, mate.
He's gone.
They fired him.
Of course
it's Mike Brown.
Sorry, Mike Brown.
Yeah.
He won't need a buster valve. He'll be doing it from afar.
Tibbs would have exploded if Jordan Clarkson was on his team.
Can't believe it. What a fumble. But yeah, I think it'll actually be. I think it's a really good move. The fact they didn't lose anyone as well, I think is really strong.
Yeah, no, I'm pro it. Okay, well let's get into one that we're actually just talking about before we got on air. This is what's your heat check on men's health, Luka?
Yeah.
So just for people that don't know, Luka was on the front cover of Men's Health. He's got the classic like jacked kind of summer, good angles, good
moistened
lighting
up
photos. Yeah. Where are you at with the Luka off-season jacked protocol?
Anytime I see off-season promo and off-season PR like this, I just can't help but think of Ben Simmons every off-season from basically
exactly what I was going to
say. Look, man, good for him. I believe it. he never has a bad season. So do you know what I mean? Like even his not great seasons are still not bad. So he'll probably have a good season. He's probably going to save, and we'll get to this later, he's probably going to save Ayton's career or reignite it. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the most Lakers thing ever to put him on men's health right before the season starts. Like it's just the most Lakers move ever. And that's all I have to say.
I think it was an interesting thing to bring up. I was going to totally ignore it, but I love that you brought it up because I think it does exist in the Ben Simmons zone, which means that it kind of exists in this parallel world where what you do at practice counts for this regular season somehow.
Yeah.
You know, where obviously those two things are totally unrelated. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Luka in the first game being heavier than he was during the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? Like this cover literally means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tepid. I'm going barely 35 degrees. Yeah, it's cool. Quite cool.
Yeah. So anyway, let's give that one a almost freezing point there because it absolutely means nothing.
I've got a very quick heat check from the Heat themselves.
Okay.
They have sent Duncan Robinson to the Pistons, and I actually kind of like that for the Pistons.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, obviously he's basically stepping in for Malik. I didn't bet on myself Beasley. But I kind of like that for the Pistons. I think that he's going to get a bunch of open looks, and his job is just to sink like 4 of those a game. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pretty hot on it, but sounds like you're not.
Oh, I'm not. I was a Duncan Robinson truther for a little bit, but he let me down too many times.
Yeah, he has.
I think I can actually pinpoint the exact moment where it was on the decline. And it was our first round series against them the year that after they beat us. And Chris Middleton to seal the game with like a mid-range post-up fade right over Duncan Robinson's hands, seals the game.
Yeah.
Just great moments as a Bucks fan. But since then, I feel like, actually I have a theory about why Duncan Robinson got way worse. So I remember I was listening to a Old Man and the Three JJ Redick podcast. This was when Duncan Robinson was hot. Okay, like this was when he was like shooting like 45% from 3 or whatever it was that one year.
Yeah,
and they were talking about what weaknesses they had. And Duncan Robinson was like, sometimes when people grab me or hold me, like it kind of puts me off, or when people bump me. And then since then he's been worse. And I actually think that he gave away a secret on the podcast that actually may have been detrimental to his career.
Yeah, wow.
So I'm not actually like I think he has moments, but to me, the fact that he's not a huge defender, rebounder, he's just like if he's not shooting well, he's one of these people that you have to take out of the game because he's literally not going to be valuable in any other way. So yeah, I'm not a huge believer, to be honest. I
guess we'll see.
Yeah,
guess we'll see.
We'll see. All right, I've got 2 quick ones here.
Yep.
What do you think about KD to the Rockets?
Any semblance of a future that the Rockets had, they've just traded away. It gives us more content, which is great. So in that sense, I'm hot on it. I think that my question will be like, how is he going to gel? Like, just with whose shots is he taking? Because it's not clear to me. I mean, obviously Jalen Green took a lot of shots, but Dylan Brooks didn't take that many shots. It's just not clear to me who's going to take a step backwards. So that because he's not going to, KD's not taking 10 shots a game. Do you know what I mean? So who's going to be the one to say, yeah, no worries, mate. You, Amen Thompson, maybe. So yeah, I'm not too hot on it. He's still a great player. Like obviously he's a bucket, but the Rockets have they're going to be a first round exit next season, guarantee it.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
100%,
okay.
100%.
With KD, I'm actually pro this move, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I think that their team is just going to be defense and he's just going to be the clutch scorer. That's what I think it is. I think it's going to be like a weird knockoff version of the Bucks, where KD's kind of playing this sort of Middleton-ish role, though I don't know who their Giannis would be in this context, but they're going to be like essentially built off of defense with KD in the clutch being their shot maker. Is how I'm envisaging it anyway.
It takes the pressure off like Şengün and stuff, which I kind of see that. And Van Vliet doesn't have to chuck up like 20 bombs a game. Poor dude was struggling in the playoffs. So I can kind of see it there. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like is this the move that takes him over the line? I don't know.
All right. And last thing I wanted to touch on was What did you think of my heat check? I sent you a few trade options in the sort of off season since we've been not online, and I thought Zion to the Bucks was a move that I liked, and let me explain why I like this move. Okay, so this is when we still had Dame on the team, though I would still be for it now. Is if you have Zion and Giannis on the same team, one of them is going to have the worst defender on them. You know what I mean? Just like, because they get, like, each team's probably going to have a person they've specified is going to be the Giannis defender. But the person that you'd put on both of them is kind of the same person. Like, you'd want roughly the same person to be guarding either one of these guys. Right. So my theory is you're just having these two guys bomb to the rim, like either setting screens and just bombing to the rim with each other. Just with the idea being that if you leave one of them for 1 second, that's an alley-oop every second of the day from one of them. Like it's just basically just like, can we just overwhelm a defense with two huge guys? And it also, because Giannis plays so much, you can kind of like the Zion in and out doesn't matter as much. Like you're just trying to kind of save him for important moments and then unleash him like a cannonball.
Yeah, it's good. I just feel like the Pelicans would want to absolutely rinse whatever assets we have to get him. And here's the heat check. We don't have any of those. So in principle sounds great, but they'd be taking our 2040 round one pick, which I don't even know if it extends that far yet. They'd be taking promises on things in the mid-century, mate. But yeah, I mean, in principle, I guess that would sort of work. He's just also always injured. You know, I've seen that man go out with a toe injury or something. I don't know what to tell you. So,
did you have anything else there, Tommy?
No, I don't think I do. I'm good.
All right, let's jump on to our next segment where we're going to build a first team all something. And let's go into shots fired. This is Shots Fired. This is our segment where we build a first team all something, but that something's not going to be basketball related in the traditional all defense, all first team, all star category. This week, Tommy, we are doing first team all worst off-season moves.
Oh man, we got some doozies in here.
We
mate.
got some good ones here. So who do you want to assign as our first overall pick?
I have to go at shooting guard, and this is low-hanging fruit. I reckon. I recognize that. I have to go Bradley Beal to the Clips. I have to. It's just, you know, props to the Suns offloading him. Well done. You know, this team, as we said before, they would have been great in 2018. But unfortunately, that's like 7 seasons ago. I just don't understand what the Clippers are thinking. Again, just feels like the most Clippers move I've ever seen. So I have to put him at my starting shooting guard. Yeah, I have to.
Well, look, I actually also had them on my starting 5 here.
I had most of their starting 5 as my starting 5.
So I'm with you. It feels like they've taken a page out of John Horst's book here and gone, what's the most washed up team we can produce?
We're no longer the oldest team in the league, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm thankful. They took Brook Lopez to help them secure that fate. And look, I love Brook, and I think he's going to be interesting with Harden. But yeah, it's an LA old folks home.
Yeah.
And there is going to be some, like, I feel like there could be a week where all of them are injured. Like, all the big stars are injured in the same week. And people are going to be going, like, this is a lot of Luke Cornett or whoever their, ninth man is at this point.
It's a lot of third stringers that be calling up from LA Fitness, I'll put it that way.
Like, DJ Wilson might have a shot back in the league.
Wow. We have an incredible ability to pull up third stringer bucks, and let me say there's more of that where that came from.
Absolutely.
Do you have a point guard?
Yeah. I've got a point guard here.
Yeah, okay.
We've touched on it a little bit, but this is actually not a team. This is a player. Worst off-season move.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley allegedly being caught for gambling at starting point guard. I'm just going to use the word allegedly here, but the evidence doesn't look. Yeah, the evidence doesn't look great. I just wanted to. It's a shame that it happened while he was on the Bucks. All the evidence, because he was actually awesome that season, which is amazing. I think you can go back to seasons past and hear our absolute love of how good he was playing with the Bucks.
Yeah,
but that's got to be one of the worst offseason moves, because he was set to sign a near $40 million deal.
I know.
And that one, that's not going to help pay the bills, unfortunately, anytime soon.
Yeah, all the people he owes money to. I think it all went downhill when Giannis started dancing on him, and he hasn't recovered since. I've got a...
hold on, Tommy. I just wanted to say...
Excuse me.
I was just going to say, we're excited for when, in about 2 years, Malik Beasley's playing for the Perth Wildcats. We'll see you then, Malik.
Yeah. You're welcome down under anytime. I just want off the bench, point guard off the bench. Again, I know we've discussed the Clippers, but I have to put Chris Paul off the bench in the guard position. The come home, I'm not sure anyone was expecting nor wanting, but here we are. So yeah, just as a special mention. Do you want to go next, mate, for the forwards?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a forward here. Actually, I'm going to go for the center here, to be honest.
Yep.
Center, worst offseason moves is the DeAndre Ayton Lakers.
Yeah, I had him. I
had him as well. Yeah. Now, DeAndre Ayton was a good center when Phoenix was going to the finals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Giannis destroyed something within him.
Yeah.
That from which he has never recovered. Giannis absolutely destroyed him. It was the block, the infamous block.
Oh.
It was the fact that Giannis would get him to have like 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes.
Yep.
And so he'd have to walk off, and Frank Kaminsky's coming in trying to guard Giannis. A man who looks like a librarian assistant. It was truly horrific to watch.
Getting absolutely abused. Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton would have been absolutely eating up if he was in 2004. But unfortunately, is 2025.
Yep.
And post touches are interesting, but they're not the foundation of anyone's offense anymore.
No.
And his defense is hit or miss. So
and mostly miss.
Yeah. And when the Lakers signed him, I just remember thinking, this is truly going to be a disaster.
Yeah, a real disaster class, made funnier only by the fact that everyone knew it was going to happen. I actually do think there's an outside chance, as much as I want to clown on dominating, and you know that I just watched that highlight of him getting blocked by Giannis sometimes when I feel a bit sad. But I do think there's an outside chance that Luka revives his career a little bit. Let's put it this way. He's getting at least 2 or 3 lobs a game, and it's up to him whether he wants to put them down. He should be getting some boards. He should get an assist or 2. Like, I can't see any reason why he doesn't average at least 15. And Luka should be giving him definitely more looks than that. But yeah, man, dominating. I mean, the most Lakers move I've ever seen.
Oh, man, like, you know what else? Like, I just want to put this out there. Like, Jock Landale was available. And I know that we're comparing DeAndre Ayton to Jock Landale, but
it's not fair to Jock Landale, really.
It really isn't. But I'm just saying, like, if they did that kind of signing, I'd be like, that makes more sense. We're going to get to Bucks chat later, but there's some powder I'm keeping dry about a potential trade we could potentially get going. Let's just let's hold the keg on that one.
Okay.
All right. Did you have our final starting or another position here, Tommy? I think it's going to have to be our starting position here.
Yeah, I had a small forward in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Actually a great sign for the Hawks, but the L comes from the Wolves. Why did they let him walk? I just don't understand it. I don't know really what they got. They haven't re-signed. They haven't added anyone. They re-signed Joe Ingles for another year, which fellow countryman, I love Joe Ingles. I'm not sure he's seen many minutes as a third stringer off the bench. He's probably just there for vibes, but I just feel like it's a massive L for that organization who he definitely wasn't the worst in the playoffs. He wasn't great. I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he did his best. Like, it just feels like a bit of an L, not an L signing, but like, it just feels lacking in that the Wolves let him go. So for that reason, I've got him there at my starting small forward.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I think the only reason I can think they did that was because they had to sign Nas Reed to a longer extension, but then they basically
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years for Nas Reed. 5.
And I think that... Do you think that...
5. Do you know who else got 5 years? The MVP.
Yeah.
Shea got 5 years.
Well, I think that Nas Reed is somewhere between. He's like, he wins the team award for best on ground, kind of like best teammate kind of award. He's kind of like we're going back to the chaotic good version of people. I feel like he's the chaotic good version of Bobby Portis.
100%. He's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going to be great for 5 years?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a long time.
He's also kind of a bit of like a bit more of an. He's like halfway between Bobby Portis and Al Horford. I feel like he's like the exact middle.
Yeah.
Of those.
Just for reference, 5 years ago was COVID.
Yeah. So
that's just time.
Yeah,
that's just what that is. Have you got anyone else? I've got a special mention.
No, I don't have anyone else. So fill out the team. Tell me who's the special mention going to.
I've got a special mention at power forward. Not necessarily a bad signing. It's just a special mention.
Yep.
And that's a one Sandro Mamukelashvili who got a sweet 2-year deal with the Raptors. Good for him. I think. Good for us for managing to shoehorn him into basically every episode of Hoopatheticals since he left. But I just wanted to shout out my man Sandro. He got some kind of bag. He didn't get a 5-year bag. But he got a 2-year bag with the Raptors, and I think the man deserves it. So I got him at power forward as a special mention, not as a bad signing.
We need, you know what, Tommy, you've prompted me. We need either like a Mamish Keelis alert sound, or we need... or a
DJ Wilson alarm or something.
The DJ's been mentioned. No.
Wow.
Or we need to have a former obscure Buck like sound effect.
Actually, sorry, I've got another one as well.
Hit me with it.
Sam Merrill also signed, I want to say it's 2 years or something with the Cavs. It might have been longer, actually. But yeah, again, another one who just got away. So, yeah, we need to sort out that sound effect because I got them in my back pocket.
All right. Well, I think that it's time, Tommy, to jump over to probably our most unique segment. This is our sort of late night, sort of jazz bar kind of vibe.
Yep.
It's not time to take a timeout, Tommy. It's time to take a rhyme out. Alrighty, this is Rhyme Out. This is our segment where we bring a little bit of poetry to the NBA. So first of all, everybody, welcome to Rhyme Out. Today, Tommy, you'll be opening us up. You suggested that this be a championship edition of Rhyme Out. This is before we get to Bucks chat for those loyal fans that are into that. But we want to get into a bit of this. Now... You suggested championship, and you've also said, unlike all of your other rhyme outs, that this would not be Bucks related, because I think literally you've got a 100% completion rate on making a rhyme out about a Bucks player or the Bucks themselves.
I did make that promise.
Yep.
I intend on sticking to it. I fully recognize that that it may seem like I'm not keeping to my promise, but please stay with me. A quick caveat to what you're about to hear, please, and we will talk about this. Miles Turner was in the finals. He is now a Buck. So I'm just saying there is a tangential link between the finals and the Bucks. This piece could be accompanied by some sort of mid to late 90s rap beat. That's kind of the flow that we're in today. Right. Think sort of a bit of Biggie. That kind of energy is what I'm bringing. I also recognize that I'm not from either the East or West Coast. I'm from Canberra. So I also recognize my complexion. But look, let's go. I won't ask for a beat, but just kind of get there in your mind. Yeah. Right. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Bucks in 6, 'twas not to be. Instead it was OKC after the Halley Achilles. The new era is here, young players, young teams, dodging the second apron. Good luck, OKC. Rick and Reggie with the Pacers team pled with the hoop gods to meet with destiny. Miracle shots, incredible comebacks. Now 26 is a write-off. Will that Achilles come back? Now we've got Turner, sorry to say it, and the Central Division, we gon' claim it. I promised some bars, not about the Bucks. Strictly I got there, but every other team sucks. So...
Wow.
Probably
Sorry, that was
cash.
so hot. That was so hot that my computer exploded. That's what that sound effect was. Amazing.
That was the first time I've said that out loud, and probably the last. I'm feeling it. So
you're pushing the boundaries of what rhyme out even is. So,
Yeah,
Tommy,
yeah.
to think that someone, if they really want to get into it, can add a beat under that, we're gonna hear some serious fire.
I would love that, and
Yeah.
be terribly frightened if one were to do that. But go ahead. No copyright has been applied.
Well done. So that's what rhyme out is, everybody. Tom's actually pushed the limits and made that a rap, but yes,
Yep.
rhyme out. So very nice there, and I do love that we did get to at least squeeze a tangential link to the Bucks in there. It wouldn't be a Tom rhyme out without it.
Like I said, strictly I did get there,
Yeah.
so it was still not about the Bucks necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
right.
Jez,
Mhm.
I've set quite the platform and foundation here for you. Not to big myself up too much, but you've got quite the act to follow. I'm
All right.
very, very excited to see what your offering is today.
Thank you.
Please blow us away.
I'm going to try and go down the barrel here. Here we go.
Let's go.
This is also not really Bucks related, but the first line is as a Bucks fan. So just that's the only time we're going to mention the Bucks in this whole thing. It's much
respect
shorter
it.
than yours as well.
I respect it.
Okay. As a Bucks fan, we do get scared. When he checks in, my personal nightmare.
Okay.
I'm not telling you who it's about either. It's the mystery. It'll reveal itself at the end, okay? So this is kind of a mystery here. Let me start again.
Don't get in the way of good art.
There you go. As a Bucks fan, we do get scared. When he checks in, it's my personal nightmare. Get ready to scream, why can't we stop him? While he slices and dices, makes Brooke look like Robin.
Wow.
We've watched his opponents' tempers get hot every time he nails a mid-range bank shot. With his short back and sides and his hair well gelled, when Hallie checks out, you enter TJ McConnell.
Don't you? Don't you?
So
That man has just creased us for season upon season, and I'm so happy that the wider NBA can now put some respect on that man's name, because I've been in so many group chats where I'm screaming at people saying, you don't understand, TJ McConnell has been cooking the Bucks for like 4 business years, and he played well. But that was lovely. Thank you.
that's all right. Yeah. I just thought it was nice this year that everybody else got to experience what we've been experiencing as fans, which is that this guy who literally looks like he's kind of checked in from the rec league,
Yeah.
absolutely cooking like Giannis Antetokounmpo. It is
Slicing
truly
Yeah.
impossible to watch and impossibly frustrating. So I'm glad everybody else got to kind of experience the
Very
TJ
good.
McConnell
Yeah.
that we have certainly had.
Not strictly a rhyme, but you got there in the end, so that's fine.
All right. So, Tommy, we know that this segment tends to go too long, so we're going to set ourselves a time limit here because we love to talk about the Bucks. This is a Bucks adjacent podcast. So now it's time, of course, for our segment, Bucks Chat. That's it. And for those watching and wondering and have never seen the segment, why this is the theme song and why this is the sort of imagery,
So off.
this is the template that was available that featured a buck, and I literally couldn't find another one. So
There's literally nothing about that is anywhere near the promo advertising material for the Milwaukee Bucks. But here we go.
All right, Tommy, we got 12 minutes on the clock.
Oh.
There's been a lot going on with the Bucks. So hit me with your first thought, and then I'll throw one at you.
Yeah, obviously pumped about Miles Turner coming to the team. I think that's great. A lot of kind of small trade, like re-sign. I actually think our re-sign game has been the strongest. Everyone's going to talk about Miles Turner, and quite rightly, we've basically got a younger Brook. Re-signing Jericho Sims, re-signing actually basically all of our Gary Trent. We re-signed Ryan Rollins, like these young core. Do you know what I mean? I'm just really excited. Porter Jr., Obviously, Bobby P is back. Yeah, I'm kind of actually optimistic. This is probably the most optimistic I've been in our signs and our re-signs in a while, actually.
Wow.
I was hot on the Dame trade, but something about it seemed a little bit too big market for me. It seemed a little bit too putting all our chips in. This actually feels like we've decided we're going to develop some players, which is something we really haven't done since basically the Giannis, Chris, maybe Dante DiVincenzo was the last, like, rest in peace, last player we actually developed. So I'm actually really optimistic. I really hope, goodness me, we say it every episode, the Doc can just, like, put something into these young fellas. But yeah, man, I actually think Miles Turner's not the biggest move for us. That's it. That's what I'll say for now.
Okay. I love where you've gone with this. Let's just start with Miles Turner. Okay. For obviously Dame. How are you feeling? I actually was going to get your thoughts on this. As a Bucks fan, what are your thoughts on the Dame era?
Just bad luck, really. Just bad luck. Some unfortunate injuries. And for whatever reason, they seem like they were chill personally, but just their styles just never really worked like they could have or should have. But I think there was just a lot of bad luck. Like, Chris was so done by the end of it. Giannis had a couple of bad injuries. Obviously, Dame had some really untimely injuries, not even including like just a blood clot, that kind of thing. He was out before that, I think. Just bad luck. Looking back, I reckon we still make that trade like 9 times out of 10. It just, like, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And also the expectation was so high. Basically, everyone's like, unless you make a really deep run, which is code for unless you make it to the finals, it's a complete waste. Well, it wasn't. Like, we still played good. We had some fun basketball. Like, we still had a couple of mad, like, Dame time winners, which was sick. But yeah, bad luck. What's your take?
Yeah, it just feels a little underwhelming. It feels to me like, my thoughts on the Dame trade were originally that I thought the thing that we needed that offseason was more size and defense, and we traded Drew for Dame. So I was never purely for it, just because I thought we had Chris Middleton, who did a little bit of what Dame was supposed to be doing anyway. So I was like, we can maybe patch this together. Obviously, Chris was injured a lot, so and I could understand us making the trade to try and keep Giannis, but I never loved it. And I think, we did have some cool moments, and there was certain quarters when it was clicking that it looked ridiculously good. Like, you'd sometimes see a third quarter where we just whip a team and they would be, and you'd be like, oh wow, this is really good. And then in that start of the fourth quarter, all of a sudden it's back to ISO ball, and you go, what are you doing? It was. And look, being in one of the oldest teams was also kind of a little frustrating in certain ways. So I don't mind that we've taken this new direction, and I know that a lot of people were trashing the Bucks for like, oh, now this is going to be on your cap for the next couple of years, but I really think that this is just actually setting up the team to go forward. I think that it gives them flexibility. Like, say Giannis is like, you know what, this isn't it. Not that I think he'd say that, but if he did say that, there's a lot of options still on the table for how this team could build out and become a different team. Or if he wants to stay, I still think it's quite a competitive team. And in an era where I think it's more about depth now than ever. It's not just about multiple stars and just kind of role players. I actually think it's not. We're actually in a way better position than I thought we were going to be in. So, big thumb up to John Horst, who has copped a beating on this podcast in the past.
He's copped a beating from the broader Bucks community as well, both in real life and online. But I actually think that he's this is one of his finer moves. He's made some absolute fumbles, but I think this is probably his best offseason in a minute. So, I'm keen. I'm actually really excited for the season to start. And I'm really excited. Like, October just feels so far away. Do you know what I mean? I'm pumped. I think the Bucks, and the East is funny this season. Do you know, like, it seems a bit more wide open. It seems definitely more unhinged. Like, it's nothing set in stone, and the East is significantly weaker than the West. So I actually feel like it's not outrageous for us to expect a top 4 seeding at least. And I think that's really achievable. Giannis is also, people forget, like, he's still pretty much in his prime. Like, I mean, he's had MVP candidate seasons for the last 5 seasons. Even longer. He won his first MVP longer than that ago. So I can't see any reason why we're not top 4 at the end of the season.
Absolutely. Well, what did you think? Just while I got a little bit of time, what do you think of the biggest non-move I thought of the offseason for the Bucks, which is not firing Doc? Because
Yeah,
there was other coaches out there, like just to give
yeah.
people an idea,
Tibbs.
Mike Malone, Tibbs, the guy from the Grizzlies, a couple of coaches that you'd be like, all right. So what do you think of the non-firing of Doc?
I'm really in two minds about this. Part of me is
Okay.
like, I mean, my thoughts on Doc are well documented. But I think the reality is that stability is probably good for the team, even if it is under Doc. I kind of like that they're at least backing him in for another season, and trying to have a semblance of like Beal culture. Doc, we do know, is good at dealing with personalities. I'm hoping that he can. I have a sense that he handles like Giannis, Bobby, some of those big personalities in the locker room really well. And I'm hoping that that also rubs off well to some of the younger guys, especially like Kevin Porter Jr., Ryan Rollins, Jericho Sims, that those sort of players, even Gary Trent. Torian Prince re-signing? I'm pretty mid on that. But yeah, so I don't love it, but I also don't love the general attitude in the NBA of they just hire and fire every coach. Like, unless your team is the Miami Heat, you basically have one bad season and you're turfed. So I like that, at least for this season, we're not doing that, noting obviously that we had 3 coaches on the books 2 seasons ago. So. What do you think?
I am in two minds about it. I agree with what you're saying. It's probably good to have some consistency, and it did seem like some people liked him. But my thoughts on Doc, as you said, documented as well, and I just don't know if he's got the level of. I don't know if he's a modern coach. I think he's
so true.
And so I just don't know how far we're going to get, because they're like, I mean, Rick Carlisle did actually coach like a modern coach. So it's not like the old dogs can't do it. It's just that, is he going to do it? And the answer to that is I don't think so. So it's gonna be a lot of, can Giannis win us this game in ISO, and will people hit shots if he flicks it out to him? It's gonna come down to that at the end of the day. And look, depending on who we play, that might be okay.
Yeah, it won't be great in a postseason though, where there's 7 games of it. In my head, I'm like, there's enough young people that he'll have to give people different looks. He can't just expect, like, we don't have Dame anymore, so at the very least, he can't just chuck Dame the ball and say, hey, go to work and hit a crazy 3. Because if you do that with Ryan Rollins, who's like, what is he, second year, third year maybe, it's just not fair. So, yeah, I'm kind of hoping that forces his hand, and maybe like the coaches get in his ear and say, we actually need to draw up a play. Like you said, I don't know I think you said this like a while. He never draws up plays, and or if he does, it's always the same play, which is like pick and roll with Giannis or give the ball to Giannis and he just chucks it out. I'm like, man, I've seen better plays like drawn up, literally seen better plays drawn up on a rec league on like a Friday night. Like,
well, speaking of, let's actually just stay here for one more second. There's other things I want to get to, but I saw this. Did you see that Doc has been talking to Giannis about being point guard?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So I actually think I understand the theory of this. Tell me what you reckon. Yep. I think, you know how sometimes Giannis doesn't like to pass the ball? Okay, yes. like there's just certain times where it's like he just does not trust his teammates, and he's like, you know what? If anybody's going to be trying to score, it should be me.
Yep.
I wonder if this is to encourage him to like bring the ball up and get off the ball,
get rid of it, yeah,
and then get back onto it. So like at least the ball is moving.
I've said this for years now. Giannis is most dangerous when like he's off the ball sometimes. Like we used to do this every now and then. Like Drew would play point. Drew would play point, and then they'd switch it to Chris, and all of a sudden Chris would throw a lob, and you're like, oh crap, Giannis is like right there in the dunker spot, and it was unplayable. So yeah, I really hope that this is a vehicle for him to like. You're still in control. You still have the locus of control, but like, you know, we have to give it. I mean, we've got other ball handlers. It's as simple as that. Like Kevin Porter Jr., point guard, Ryan Rollins, point guard. Even they give point guard duties to like Gary Trent Jr. sometimes. You know, they would just say, go out and get a bucket. So you can't do it all the time.
All right, Tommy, we got 2 more minutes. Do you have anything else you want to hit with the Bucks?
No, I'm just excited.
All right,
I'm just
all right.
excited. Yeah.
Let me
I'm
throw
good.
a couple more things at you quickly.
Yeah, go.
Let's fire, rapid fire round.
Yep.
Thanasis looking like he could come back. Did you see that rumor?
Well, it'd be one of our best moves. In
Yeah,
years.
absolutely.
Ever since we first signed him, I'm here for it. So
Yeah, heat check 100% there.
100%. I want them Thanasty highlights. Give me that sham god again. Yes. Yeah.
I'm thinking Kuz and Jericho. I'm thinking there's a package that we might be able to do with those two.
Kuz, I forgot about him. How did I forget? Yeah.
I think there's a trade package with those two coming up this year. I can just see like the Lakers needing another center and wanting you can get
back.
Kuz and Jericho, and it's like maybe we can get maybe not Austin, but we could maybe anyway. I'm just thinking these two are our big trade pieces that we can sort of move if people need them.
We got rid of Paddy C, and you shouldn't go after more than what you can handle. But if we get rid of Kuz, I just he has like sparks of optimism and hope, but it's just he's an overall net negative, and that's literally a numbers issue.
Yeah,
like actual box score plus minus, literally an overall net negative.
Yeah,
hard to argue against that.
Absolutely. And finally, the last thing I want to bring up is. He hasn't been signed yet. I really think that the Bucks should really think about how to get him is Josh Giddey. Perfect off-ball person for Giannis. He basically plays like a sort of semi-pro Halliburton in a way, but he's a good defender. I really think that the Bucks should be like, is this the guy that we want to pair with Giannis? And I think the answer could be yes.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm always high on Australian supply, so I'd be keen for that. I don't know if we can afford him, at least not within the bounds of the second apron. But
Kuz. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what we need to be thinking about. You know what I mean?
A 14-way team trade that involves us sending Kuz into some sort of basketball purgatory again, and then we somehow get Giddey. Yes, I would love that. Yeah.
All right, great. All right, well, Tommy, we have blown past our time there, so it's time to jump into our final segment here, which is, of course, our most famous segment.
Yep.
It's time to get a player or coach some money. Because you're going to turn into Agent Cody Banks. Alrighty, this is Agent Cody Banks, where we both are going to act as the agent for a NBA player or hold on, sorry, let me set this up and then I'll just redo that.
Or related person to the NBA. I don't think we've actually gone. I think it's not even 50-50. It's like we've had coaches. I'm surprised group of law officers hasn't had a run yet, to be honest. Actually, I should probably note that down for later. But this is a fun segment. I really love this segment.
Yeah. All right. So, Tommy. Do you want to be the agent first, or do you want to make me the agent first?
No, I'll be the agent first.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm ready to cook. Let's go.
All right. So we talked about this guy already. I think his agent has done an amazing job, but I wonder how that's going to translate to his popularity.
Yep.
Your man is the man who, from the bag, he does steal.
Oh.
Can you give me 45 seconds on how you'd sell Bradley Beal?
Wow. Far out. Look, if you want a man who knows how to do a deal, then give me some of Bradley Beal. This guy, he knows how to lock down a contract, not lock down players. He knows how to help get the bag for his family. Mm-hmm. So, look, jokes aside, this man was averaging 30 points on a team that goes unnamed. He can clearly play basketball. And if you're looking to sell tickets, we've said it before, if you want to get bums on seats, this man will sell jerseys. People will come and watch him, get some points. I reckon that he has staying ability. He's been resting all season. He's ready to go. So, I mean, this man can provide for his family, not for a team.
Well done, Tommy. That was a tough one.
Tough sell.
I knew it was going to be tough. Is not in the best position at the moment in terms of people's opinion. So good job there.
Yeah, I've got one. I suspect we may have given this guy a run before in the past.
All right,
but and this is a little ESPN adjacent, so I have to apologize in advance, but I couldn't help myself. This man has got the bag before, but there's trade rumors, and I think that his agent may be back in business. Hasn't been in business for a while. Can you please get a one LeBron James, another potentially final bag?
All right. This one, you mentioned bums on seats. Well, this man's bum will be on seats, ideally, for half the season, because you're saving him for the playoffs. You can't get more all-star than this. If you're a team owner who wants to be in movies like Happy Gilmore 2, he seems like the kind of guy you could talk to.
Yep.
Now, he is definitely not his defensive best, but you know what? Neither's Jordan Clarkson. Okay.
Yeah.
So look, if we're getting something, let's be thankful that it's someone who actually knows what's going on. He's got a son in the league.
Yep.
So if you want to get
Package
double
deal, potentially.
Yeah, exactly. You can potentially get 2 James for the price of 1. So LeBron James, let him bring his fames to your team. Right.
Yeah.
Now.
Again, that seemed harder than what it needed to be, but I would love to see a Bronny and LeBron package too for the price of fun.
That would be amazing.
That would actually be really fun.
I actually feel like they should this year at the All-Star game, they should have a Thanasis versus Bronny 1v1. I actually reckon it would be excellent.
Adam Silver, we're sending this to you.
Yeah.
If you want to get people,
who would you have
in the All-Star? I probably got Thanasis, let's be honest. He'd cook him. He'd cook him. Come on now. Thanasis is one of the most underappreciated and underrated players in the league right now. There, I said it. It's true. It's true. You know it's true. He was injured. He's back, baby. And you know he's going to have some highlights when we sign him.
Yeah. All right. I love it. Well, Tommy, did you have any last things you wanted to leave the Hoopatheticals fans with here?
No, I think I want to leave it on those comments about Thanasis because I just want to make clear where I stand with him. So I'm happy to leave it there, mate. What about you?
Yeah, look, I'm happy that we ended on something that's probably going to be a socials clip with the Bronny versus Thanasis hot take. I think that's a great clip. And yeah, man, it's been good to get back into it. I'm loving it. The off season is when we cook. We're like a Luka men's health mag.
Yep.
This is where we shine.
Absolutely. More to come.
All right. And as always, Finn.
Finn.
Oops. There we go.